สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Hello everyone my name is ปุณณัฐ ทองพิมพ์
and hello everyone my name is เทพสุดาพรามนก our code group is PS008 so welcome to our presentation let's get started our project is about natural frozen packaging to solve contamination from plasticizer first of all our theoretical background is this chitosan-based frozen food packaging can be tough, flexible, and have other physical properties which are similar to those of conventional plastic, but they don't have plasticizer contamination, so we use them to forming natural frozen packaging. As everyone knows, there are many problems that come from plastic packaging, such as plasticizer contamination, global warming, decomposition, and trash.
So that's why we make natural packaging from chitosan, dextrin, oil, and water. So let's move on to our objective. First is to stop contamination from plastic packaging, and the second one is to produce eco-friendly food packaging based on chitosan and dextrin.
Now let's move on to hypothesis and variable. It is if we extract alpha chitosan from aquatic animal and interact with dextrin from soybean to forming packaging to reduce plasticizer contamination.
And let's begin to independent variable is percentage of dextrin and chitosan. And dependent variable is quality and contamination, and control variable is time and extraction. And let's begin methodology and variable. We are in prepare. First of all is using 300 grams of shellfishes and liter of water, and we use 100 degrees Celsius of water in 10 minutes, and we dry it for 24 hours or 1 day and clean it. And this table shows us about weight of shellfishes.
So let's go to producing. There are three topics. How to make natural plastic. The first process is making chitin. It is about extracting chitin from shrimps, squirrel, and crab by using sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric. The second process is making chitosan. It is about extracting the chitosan from shrimp, squirrel, and crab by using sodium hydroxide. And the last process is making dextrin. It is extracting dextrin from soybean, palm leaf, and corn husks by using sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide.
And let me explain about process. So let's begin with process of making chitin. First of all, I'm gonna explain about independent variable is type of shellfishes, and dependent variable is total weight of chitin, and control variable is extraction time, temperature, and weight of shellfishes. And the process one is using 50 grams of shrimp powder, and the second one is using hydrochloric combined with the powder and stir it for 2 hours at 25 degrees Celsius. 3. Filter and dry it for 1.5 hours. 4. Using sodium hydroxide to combine with the powder and stir it for 1 hour at 25 degrees Celsius. 5. Filter and dry it for 1.5 hours. 6. Weight by GR series electric scale. 7. Do it more 2 times. And the last one is do experiment 1 to 7 again with crab powder and squirrel powder. And this is the result is chitin. And this bar chart it shows us about amount of chitin after experiment.
And now I would like to look at process of making chitosan. The independent variable is chitin with sodium hydroxide. Dependent variable is total weight of chitosan, and control variable is extraction, time, temperature, and weight of chitin. First of all, eliminate acetyl by sodium hydroxide on stirring hot plate at 140 degrees Celsius in 15 minutes. Second, washing and filter. Third, dry for 1.5 hours. Fourth, weight by GR series electric scale. Fifth, do it more 2 times. Sixth, do experiment 1 to 5 again with crab and squirrel chitin. And then we got the chitosan. It is the resource. And this bar chart show amount of chitosan after experiment.
Let's moving on to process of making dextrin. First of all, let me explain about independent variable. Each type of plant. Dependent variable is total weight of dextrin, and control variable is boiling time, temperature, and weight of plant. Let's moving on to the first process. Using corn husk about 120 grams and boil at 110 degrees Celsius at 50 minutes, and boiling again with sodium hydroxide at 110 degrees Celsius at 45 minutes. And the third is filter sodium hydroxide out, boiling again with sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide at 50 milliliters at 100 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. 5. Filter and bake for 100 degrees Celsius in half hour. 6. Mix with cassava starch, flour, water, soybean, and oil. 7. Boil, bake for 150 degrees Celsius in 10 minutes. The last one is do experiment 1 to 7 again with palm leaf and soybean. And the result we got a dextrin in the picture. And this chart show us about amount of dextrin after experiment.
The next topic is the comparison of natural plasticizer. Independent variable is type of substance. Dependent variable is the appearance of film for forming a plastic, and control variable is science experiment and weight of main ingredient. The process is first is prepare cassava, starch, flour, water, and soybean and oil. The second is prepare 2.5 grams of dextrin from soybean. The third is mix every ingredient by mixer, then filter by strainer. The fourth is pour ingredient into mold. The fifth is dry for 1 hour and bake for 150 degrees Celsius in 10 minutes. The sixth is save result to a table. The seventh is do it more 2 times. The eighth is do experiment 1 to 7 with palm leaf and corn husk. And the last step is pick the best one. And this will show you a comparison of natural plasticizer.
And let's begin with comparison of natural packaging. So let's begin with independent variable is type of packaging, and dependent variable is quality of packaging and reaction, and control variable is science experiment test substances, time, and temperature. Let's begin this at the first is prepare cassava starch, flour, water, soybean, and oil. And the second one is prepare 2.5 grams of dextrin from soybean. And the third one is mix every ingredient by mixer, then filter by strainer. And the fourth one is pour ingredient into the mold. And the fifth one is dry for 1 hour and bake it for 150 degrees Celsius in 10 minutes. And the sixth, save result to a table. 7 is test the tensile strength and chemical of packaging. And the last one is to experiment 1 to 7 again with palm leaf and soybean. And this table shows us about the best appearance of natural packaging.
So the last is discussion and conclusion. From the experiment, natural packaging combine alpha chitosan in shrimp shell with dextrin from soybean is a packaging that has quality that are closest to conventional plastic, with smooth, strong surface that don't break and become brittle, and the color that make the food appetizing. Therefore, this packaging can also be the one of the best packaging alternative.
And the last is we're not gonna show you our prototype.
This is our product.
And that's bring us to the end of presentation. And thank you for your attention. I would like to say ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ